Brilliance Audio presents Dragon Lost, a Dark King's novella, by Donna Grant, performed by Anthony Ferguson. The warm water slid over Annita's body as she dove into the crystal blue sea. It was a ritual she did every day without fail. The waters had called to her for as long as she could remember. Her parents hadn't been able to keep her out of the sea. There were as many theories surrounding the waters around Crete as there were myths and legends about the ancient gods and goddesses. In fact, it was said that Zeus had been born in one of the caves on Crete. Annita didn't care about that, but she couldn't deny that without her daily swim she didn't feel right. Her strokes were strong as she glided through the water. Thankfully, she didn't have to fight the tourists for the beach, since it was her family's land. Holdings that had been handed down for generations, and would pass to Annita's sister, Louisa, eventually. Annita wasn't upset about that. She had grown up in the house overlooking the Sea of Crete and its sparkling blue waters. Life had been idyllic, if not a little odd. In general, Greeks were a superstitious lot. How could they not be with all the tales of gods, goddesses, monsters and heroes? Then there was the seer in the family. Annita's great-aunt, Chara, had pointed to her and said, "She's the one." For the longest time, Annita hadn't a clue as to what Chara had been talking about, and she hadn't asked her parents either. Until one day, when she was 13, she'd overheard their conversation and learned that she had a destiny of great importance. With a dragon. Annita paused and treaded water as she turned in a circle to look back at her family's ancestral home. The villa was beautiful, with its stark white exterior set against the vivid blue of the sky, the cobalt waters of the sea, and the vibrant plants of varying colors all around. She was descended from famous people, and her name was one known to all around Crete and Greece. As a dragomis, she'd discovered early that her family was respected and revered. And that respect continued with Chara. People from all over came to see her great-aunt, much as they used to do the oracle in ancient times. To this day, Annita remembered feeling overwhelmed and shocked by what she overheard about her destiny. But she never got to talk to Chara about it, because her great-aunt had died an hour later. All Annita had was a memory of a conversation she wasn't supposed to hear. She hadn't known what to do with the information, and the fact that her parents didn't say anything to her left her reeling. For the next few months, Annita kept what she knew to herself, until her grandmother stood on the beach, waiting for her one day after a swim. Annita's gaze had moved to the rock Yaya had sat upon. That day had changed the course of Annita's life more than what Chara had told her parents. Just thinking about it brought a smile to Annita's face. She missed Yaya terribly. Her grandmother had been one of the strongest women she knew, but she had also been one of the kindest. Lying on her back to float beneath the sun, she thought back to that day. "How long will you go before you ask the question?" Yaya demanded. Annita halted in the water as waves rolled past her onto the beach. "What question?" "The one you're afraid to ask." Yaya's dark eyes held her granddaughter's mercilessly. Annita wrung out her hair and walked the last few feet out of the water to sit next to her grandmother, then pulled her legs up to her chest and wrapped her arms around them. "It's okay, vi chiamo. My sweet one, you're scared as anyone would be." Annita glanced at her grandmother. "Not you." Yaya snorted loudly. "I'm afraid of a lot of things. The difference is that I don't let that fear control me."